Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Manchester United want Mauricio Pochettinho or Erik Ten Hag now. According to The Athletic, Manchester United have begun their search for a new permanent manager. Real Madrid are interested in Pochettinho. Real Madrid want Pochettinho to replace Carlo Ancelotti. The Real Madrid president Florentino Perez is unhappy with Carlo Ancelotti. Pochettinho has been PSG's manager for over a year. I think he's won a French Cup with them. His contract at PSG expires next year. PSG are trying to get Zidane to replace Pochettinho. Pochettinho is a good manager, even though he's hardly won anything. He's managed in the Premier League before, which is beneficial because before he endured a 5.5-year managerial tenure at Tottenham. Analysing the vast majority of his managerial tenure at Tottenham were competing in and out of the top four. But revert back to 2018, Pochettinno got Tottenham to their first ever Champions League final. And at one point he almost won the league when he was Tottenham manager. Tottenham made a bad mistake sacking him at the time, and before Tottenham, Pochettinno managed Southampton. He only enjoyed a short managerial tenure with them, but he still managed to guide Southampton to their highest ever finish in the Premier League. So they're the clubs he's managed in the Premier League so far, and a long time ago he managed Espanyol. As for Erik Ten Hag, Ralf Rangnick and Richard Arnold want Erik Ten Hag to become the club's next manager, and there's a lot of Manchester United fans that would like to see Erik Ten Hag get recommended in. I think Erik Ten Hag would be capable of winning trophies at Manchester United. You know, you've got to admire the work he's done at Ajax. You know, he's won a couple of titles with them. Revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals, and Ten Hag has developed the young players well. He's been Ajax manager for over 4 years. Ajax appointed him in back in 2017. His contract at Ajax expires next year. Before Ajax, Ten Hag managed Utrecht. Before then he managed Bayern Munich's reserves, and before then he managed Go Ahead Eagles. Graham Potter is on Man United's radar. Not so long ago, the Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp spoke about Graham Potter's links to Man United. Graham Potter has been impressive at Brighton. He's been Brighton's manager for almost 3 years. He's under contract with Brighton until 2025. Before Brighton, Graham Potter managed Swansea, and before then he managed Ostersunds. Manchester United are looking for the 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. Ralf Rangnick, you know, he's Manchester United's interim manager until the end of the season. Then Rangnick is expected to take up a consultancy role for a further 2 years. Rangnick's been in charge of Man United for almost 3 months now. Earlier on this season, Fabrizio Romano mentioned that Rangnick wants the permanent Man United job. Rangnick has managed around 15 games so far in all competitions as Man United's interim manager. He's lost just 2 games so far in all competitions. He's only lost 1 game in the Premier League. like I say, I've got a lot of respect for Rangnick. I think he's a very good coach, and he's a German coach, and the vast majority of German coaches are very good. Before Manchester United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. I've got to give Rangnick credit as well, because he has made changes since he's come in. Earlier on this season, he recommended Ewan Sharping as an assistant coach and analyst. He also recommended Chris Armisen as an assistant coach, and he also recommended Sascha Lenzin as a sports psychologist. Rangnick has endured one transfer window as Manchester United's interim manager. And unfortunately, Rangnick did not get backed in the January transfer window. And he actually got promised as well he was going to get backed. Man United endured a very disappointing January transfer window because we didn't make any signings. Plus, we should have let Lingard and Henderson leave last month, but Man United blocked their exits, and we had the incident with Mason Greenwood towards the end of last month. Man United let around 8 players leave last month. Manchester United beat Leeds yesterday 4-2 at Elland Road. It was a very good game. And it was a good performance by Man United, especially in that first half. Manchester United's goals came from Harry Maguire. He scored a very good header. It came from a corner, and it was the first goal Manchester United had scored from a corner this season. Bruno Fernandes also scored for Man United. And Fred and Elanga came off the bench and scored. The goals from Leeds came from Rodrigo. Rodrigo's goal was fortuitous because it was an attempted cross, and obviously it went into the back of the net and it caught De Gea out of surprise. I think the wind played a part in that going in from Rodrigo. And Rafinha also scored for Leeds. Leeds scored twice in 24-25 seconds. But reflecting on the win against Leeds, I think there's a very good chance Manchester United will finish in the top 4. Manchester United's only chance of a trophy this season is the Champions League. I'm very sceptical we'll win the Champions League though, so it's going to be another trophyless season for Man United. Manchester United have not won a trophy since 2017. That's 5 years ago now. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. If Man United though were to win the Champions League and finish in the top 4, that would be a successful season. But Rangnick's already said that his aim is for Man United to finish in the top 4, but just finishing in the top 4 is not a successful season, because obviously you don't get any trophies for finishing in the top 4. In the summer, I'm expecting Manchester United to make some signings. Not so long ago, I gave you the news on Declan Rice. Samuel Luckhurst, who's close to Man United, he said that Declan Rice is keen on United, and it said Man United want Declan Rice, but Man United are unlikely to meet West Ham's 100 million asking price. I'd take Declan Rice at Manchester United in a heartbeat. Very good midfielder, and he's proven in the Premier League. He is predominantly a holding midfielder, Rice, but he can be deployed as a centre-back. He's been at West Ham for like 7.5 years, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. He's made over 150 appearances in the league for West Ham. His contract at West Ham expires in 2024. Before West Ham, he was at Chelsea. He was in their youth setup for several years, but he never got in Chelsea's first team. Man United want a midfielder because when Rangnick first came in, he identified Manchester United's midfield as a weakness. In the summer as well, I'm expecting a lot of players to depart the club. So, Cavani will leave in the summer. He said not so long ago that Edison Cavani is expected to leave as a free agent in the summer. Cavani prefers a move to La Liga. Cavani's out of contract at Man United in the summer. Manchester United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. Cavani hasn't played recently because obviously he's been out of injury. He's still out of injury now. He's had a few injuries since he signed for Man United. Cristiano Ronaldo, he will leave Manchester United in the summer if Manchester United fail to finish in the top 4. Well, prior to the Leeds game, it said Manchester United will allow Cristiano Ronaldo to leave in the summer. Not so long ago, it said Cristiano Ronaldo was set to become the new Manchester United captain to replace Harry Maguire. That's not happening this season because Rangnick said in his press conference prior to the Leeds game that Harry Maguire will remain Man United captain until the end of the season. Ronaldo weren't too good against Leeds yesterday. He missed a sitter in that first half. I don't know how he didn't put that chance away. It was a good save from the Leeds goalkeeper though. And Ronaldo had another chance when he was one-on-one with the Leeds goalkeeper. It was offside anyway, so even if Ronaldo had scored, it wouldn't have counted. Ronaldo got a yellow card against Leeds. Ronaldo ended his goal drought in the 2-0 win against Brighton. You know, he scored an amazing goal against Brighton. Should have had more than one goal against Brighton. His overall performance against Brighton was very, very good. Since Ronaldo re-signed for Manchester United, he's scored 15 goals in all competitions. He's got over 800 goals in his career. And Manchester United re-signed Ronaldo last summer for 20 million, with add-ons included. Ronaldo wears a number 7 shirt and his contract at Manchester United expires next year. There's an option to extend his contract for a further year. Ronaldo is the highest earner at Man United at the moment. Best player in the world overall. He's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. Lingard, I'm also expecting him to leave the club in the summer. Like I said earlier on in the video, you know, Lingard should have left last month. Last month it was Newcastle and West Ham that were battling it out to get Lingard on loan. Lingard is out of contract at Manchester United in the summer. Surprisingly, Lingard started yesterday against Leeds. Lingard's been part of the club for a long time with his Nupar Academy and that, but, you know, Lingard doesn't get in the team much, does he? Juan Mata, also expecting him to leave in the summer. Matic, he'll leave in the summer. Obviously, you know the news regarding Paul Pogba. It said not so long ago that Paul Pogba is open to Premier League offers if he leaves Manchester United this summer. Not so long ago, though, it said Pogba would be open to staying at Man United beyond the end of his contract. And earlier on this season, it did mention that Pogba would be willing to stay at Man United as long as Ralph Rangnick is the manager for next season, because it did say that Pogba has been impressed by Ralph Rangnick since his arrival. Rangnick and Pogba have a good relationship. And I've got to give credit to Pogba as well. I thought he played very well against Leeds yesterday. You know, he was very good on the ball. He made some good runs. He got in some good positions. And don't forget, Pogba set up that Ronaldo chance in the first half. Pogba beat Adam Forshaw far too easily. Pogba's done really well though in all the games he's played in since he recovered from injury. He's injury prone, Pogba, because he's endured quite a few injuries since he re-signed for the club. Don't forget, Manchester United paid £89 million for him, so reflecting on that, most expensive signing at the moment. This season's been Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he re-signed. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far, and he's played over 200 games since he re-signed. Phil Jones and Erik Bailly, they'll also leave Man United in the summer. Do you think Man United will sell Harry Maguire in the summer? To be fair to Maguire, he's done well in his last couple of games. He was good against Leeds yesterday, like I said, scored a very good header, and his overall performance was good against Leeds. And he played well in the 2-0 win against Brighton. But Maguire having a couple of good games ain't going to change our perception on him. He's got to persist with them good performances. Maguire's still not good enough. And not so long ago, a lot of Manchester United fans were demanding for the captaincy to be taken off him. But like I said earlier on in the video, Maguire's going to remain Man United captain till the end of the season, by the looks of things. Maguire has been at Manchester United for over 2 years. Man United overpaid for Maguire. We got him for 80 million. So he's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment, and he's the second most expensive signing at the club. And Wan-Bissaka, we could look to sell him in the summer. He did play against Leeds yesterday, but that was the first game he played in a while. To be fair to Bissaka, he did well against Leeds. Bissaka's not our first choice right back under Rangnick. Diego Dalot's our first choice right back under Rangnick. Defensively, Bissaka's good, but the attacking side of his game is not so good. Man United got Bissaka for 50 million. We got him from Crystal Palace back in 2019. And Man United will offload Dean Henderson in the summer as well, because Henderson doesn't get in goal much. Because revert back to last summer, De Gea reclaimed that number 1 spot back. Henderson's only made 3 appearances this season. Not so long ago, Henderson got arrested for abusing his girlfriend. So there you go. The Glazers, they're still at Manchester United. We need to get the Glazers out because they've been one of the biggest problems at the club for a lot of years now. The Glazers have owned Manchester United for around 16.5 years. Don't forget, revert back towards the end of last season. Man United fans protested against the Glazers at the Carrington training ground and at Old Trafford because the Glazers were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League. Richard Arnold, as you all know, is Manchester United's chief executive at the beginning of this month. He obviously replaced Ed Woodward. It was good news from a Man United perspective that Woodward stepped down, because Woodward was one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. Ed Woodward was at Manchester United for around 17 years before obviously he stepped down. Manchester United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson. We sacked David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and last year Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after almost 3 years in charge. Manchester United have got a massive game on Wednesday night against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. It is the last 16 and it's the first leg. This morning I gave you the preview for that game. It will be a difficult game against Atletico Madrid, like I've already mentioned, because, you know, they're a good team at Atletico Madrid. You know, they've got good players. Obviously, they have, like, Luis Suarez. Atletico Madrid got Luis Suarez from Barcelona. Luis Suarez, obviously, has played in the Premier League before because he is a former Liverpool player. I think Luis Suarez will be in contention to play in this game on Wednesday night. They've got Matheus Cunha. He won't be playing any part on Wednesday for Atletico because he's out with injury at the moment. Probably will be back though for the second leg at Old Trafford, will Cunha. João Felix, he's also very good for Atletico Madrid. I think he'll be playing in this game on Wednesday. Atletico Madrid got João Felix from Benfica. Antoine Griezmann, he's also very good. He's on loan at Atletico Madrid from Barcelona, but before Barcelona, Griezmann was at Atletico Madrid for around 5 years. Don't forget, a long time ago, Manchester United were close to getting Griezmann, but we didn't get him, and the reason we didn't get him is because at that time, Atletico Madrid got a transfer ban. I'd love to see Griezmann come and experience the Premier League. So far, Griezmann has spent his entire playing career in Spain. Atletico also have Angel Correa, Marcos Llorente, Hector Herrera, Yannick Carrasco. They've got Thomas Lemar. Atletico got Thomas Lemar from Monaco. Daniel Was, he won't be playing any part in this game on Wednesday because he's also out with injury. Atletico Madrid's first choice goalkeeper is Jan Oblak. Don't forget Manchester United went in for him a long time ago. So there you go, and last month Atletico Madrid lost Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier went to Newcastle from Atletico. Last year, Atletico loaned Saul Niguez out to Chelsea. He's been very poor at Chelsea as Niguez. And a few years ago, they lost Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey went to Arsenal from Atletico. Diego Simeone is the Atletico Madrid manager. Diego Simeone has been Atletico Madrid's manager for around a decade, or is it over a decade now? Atletico Madrid appointed Diego Simeone in back in December 2011. He's got a contract with Atletico Madrid until 2024. Don't forget Manchester United have been in for Diego Simeone before. I'd certainly take him as Manchester United's next permanent manager. Atletico Madrid are 5th in La Liga at the moment. They won their last game against Osasuna. Yeah, how you pronounce the name? Well, it was 3-0. Man United don't have many players missing. Cavani now is the only major injury Man United have got. Obviously, Chon's injured but doesn't get in the team. You know, Tom Eaton's got an injury but don't get in the team. You know, Tom Eaton is our third choice goalkeeper. So that's about it, yeah. So anyway guys, on my next video I'll be giving you my predicted 11 for Man United's game against Atletico in the Champions League. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care, God bless, see you all again very soon.